seconds.
Okay, wow, thank you so much. And I think what you saw here, if you didn't know about people living on the streets, we have talent. We have the brains. The people that live on the streets are the people that built our country.
Yes.
And that is the most important thing. We need to really get that as the narrative. That the people that are displaced, the internally displaced people of the United States, are the people that made our country. And they deserve to live in the buildings that they built, use the water that they plumbed, use the electricity that they hooked up, use the cars and the appliances that they built. Those we need to remember. Here we got professors, we got smart people that are living on the street. And in my years of feeding people, and in the years of myself living on the streets, that's one of the things I have noticed. We can really build our own communities because we already built America. I just have to think, I can't believe that this could be, that I'm hanging out with all these people and they kept this a secret. I'm so honored. I've received a couple of little awards over the years, but this one I think is the most special.
Just time for two more quick ones. And so what we're going to do, he spoke very briefly, so he doesn't get to say any more now. But we're going to honor the guy without whom there would be no California Homeless Union statewide organizing council, the Johnny Appleseed of the homeless union movement in California. Come on down, West White. Come on down. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, Wes. It says, certificate of recognition awarded to Wes White for his commitment to the cause of the poor and homeless and his determination to bring the message of the Salinas Homeless Union throughout the state of California, given this 18th day of June, 2019. Wes White. You can't stop these homeless people from talking.
Dude, the biggest thing for me to bring home to you is organized space. Pee, poo, trash, and food in its place, and then you've got a reason that it's like, it's not a health and safety concern, it's just a matter of you don't like me, and it's trespassing, it's all back to money again. But if you can get organized space in these encampments, then you can prove that health and safety is not an issue, it's just trespassing, which is bullshit.
Point out that Wes, all the time that we've been building the Salinas Homeless Union, in particular when they broke up the Chinatown camp with the old Chinatown section on Soledad Street, we created this 6 months. We have this flagpole community in front of City Hall, disciplined, union sanctioned, union organized, no racism, no violence, no miscegenation, women, misogyny, none of that stuff. And it's true, it did work in that we did everything we could not to give the cops any kind of pretext to break us up. So finally what they had to do to finally end the camp, because they couldn't come up with that pretext, is they simply passed an unconstitutional ordinance saying you can't be in front of City Hall anymore. So that's good, because it showed the whole public what was really going on here. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, so lastly, got a question there? I can't hear you.
The sheet. Sign up.
Oh, where is that sign-up sheet? Okay, it's right there. Coming your way. Coming your way. Coming your way. Okay, last, and we're gonna close it out with this. And the recipient of this award is gonna close us out this afternoon. And
we gotta sing happy birthday.
We gotta sing happy birthday. Thank you. You don't mind being embarrassed all over again, do you? Okay. All right. And again, this is someone who was part of our core group that goes back 30 years, 35 years to the old National Union of the Homeless. When I met Savina Martin, I think I was still in middle school or something along those lines. I'm just saying. But in all seriousness, let's be real serious for a moment. We've been serious all afternoon. We had a code enforcement officer in California who rolled up on a homeless woman, and she videotaped him calling her a homeless piece of shit. That's what they did. That's what they did in Yuma County, California. This guy was so stupid that he stood there while she videotaped the whole thing. On the other side of the country, while the officials were calling a homeless woman a piece of shit, we had Savina Martin in Massachusetts being the recipient of an honor that I don't believe has ever been bestowed on anyone else of this nature in this country. She was given an honorary degree from one of the premier Catholic universities in Western Massachusetts, and in her citation, she was specifically singled out for her leadership of the homeless union movement. The homeless union movement. So I want to bring up the woman who has inspired us all these decades. And when the homelessness situation intensified and worsened in Boston, who do they turn to? They turn to James Sherrod, the veterans. They turn to Savina Martin, the veteran, the godmother of the homeless union movement. So I want to bring up the earlier this morning, now that she's a doctor and got that degree, we can't call her Savina Martin, call her Doc Martin. And she got those big Doc Martin boots to walk all over the system. So I'm going to read this, and then we'll let Savina close us out this afternoon. It says, Certificate of Recognition awarded to Savina J. Martin for decades of outstanding service and revolutionary dedication to the political education and organization of the homeless and dispossessed, given this 18th day of June, 2019. Savina Martin.
Me up here.
I'm making everybody cry today. Yes, you did.
I'm the godmother now of the movement. I've been called a lot of things. And I'm old enough to say that I've been through a lot of historical moments, but this is historical. Real quick, I'm going to close out, but I just want to pay homage to some of the leaders across the country that are not with us today. When we, in 1984, 85, 86, marched into the discourse of the United States of America, we may have been homeless, but we were not helpless. But I want to pay homage to Casanova, Chris Paul, some of our leaders across the country that are not here, some that are living, Diane Johnson, Leona Smith. These were some of the most powerful, weaponized leaders across the country that helped carry this union in many, many states across the country. And then as a United States veteran running out of the military in the 1980s, I ran into Willie Baptist. I ran into Tony. I worked alongside of Kristen's mom and my daughter, who was there when I, 35 years ago, experienced homelessness. But I just want to say this real quick. I'll just be a moment. There's a couple of points. The late, great Frederick Douglass said, "Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will." We are up against a state apparatus that has regarded the poor and dispossessed and homeless as human industrial waste. But we are here today to say, on this historic day, that enough is enough. You will no longer regard us as human industrial waste. You don't have another day to criminalize us for our poverty. We may be homeless, but we're not helpless. We are here to organize. We are here to mobilize. We are here to strategize. We are here to plan, study, and dismantle the racist policies, the systemic policies that keep us oppressed, depressed, and dependent on an apparatus that sets us up for failure. But when we fight, we win. And we may be homeless, but we're not helpless. I'm here to say and close you out in the name of our Creator that you are all poverty scholars. All of you are poverty scholars. We will collect our own data. And I'm here to say, Nijmi, Willie, and all of us, that all of us together, all of you here today are recruited. We are all going to get into this think tank and create our own journals and publish our own journals with our own empirical evidence and data that we need to dismantle this society that has deemed us criminal and demonized us for our own poverty.
Here, here.
Before you go, before anybody goes, I'm going to show you what leadership is all about here, because no sooner did Savina Martin mention Mr. Willie Baptist, but I all of a sudden discovered just another certificate here. Now, unfortunately, when we got the frames, they were all out of frames at the store, so we get the certificate anyway. Willie doesn't like to be framed anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get up here, Willie. Get up here. Thank you so much. I know Willie, I'm going to share a personal note. I know Willie since I was about 14 years old. He's my older brother. We're just like so close, nothing can divide us. And this is such a significant day, I know, in both of our lives, to have participated in the committee to reestablish the National Union of the Homeless and to share our experiences with all this packed workshop and this beautiful Poor People's Congress. So let me go ahead and read it. It says certificate of recognition awarded to Willie Baptist for his decades of service in the cause of unifying the dispossessed and his patient guidance and attention to the revolutionary political education and organization of the National Union of the Homeless, past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Given this 18th day of June 2019, Willie Baptist, this is for you. Thank you, Dad. With that, happy birthday. So stand up, get up, do the
Day to